Hey guys, it's me, Edo-san from Twitch. This is a little update video that I'm gonna be. This is the first of a couple series. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to post a little video after each stream, kind of summarizing what we did during the stream, so that people that missed the stream can catch up without having to watch 4 hours of footage and without having to for me to upload 4 hours of footage. Most importantly. So this is going to cover everything from the very beginning all the way up till now. I imagine it was going to be, a little bit. I'm going to try to go pretty fast, but it's going to be hopefully pretty dense, so that people can get caught up. I'm going to first go over some of the UI of like how the look and feel is of the current build, and then maybe I'll walk through some of the code in the background, some of the important parts that I think are necessary to explain what I did. So here's the app in its current state. So first of all, you can log out, log in. Let me log out, and you can also register new accounts. What we use for the framework in the background for this is actually parse.com. So let me go to parse and show you guys the data we have stored in our Diablo database here. So right now we have a table called user, and it has a bunch of like usernames that I've been playing around with. These are all like fake. I made these up. This is the one I usually use down at the bottom. You can zoom in a little bit here. So at the bottom here, we have bnet username. This is the BattleNet tag that is a valid BattleNet tag, which I can use to access my information, my characters, all the characters for that. Oh, and also, by the way, this app is a Diablo 3. Probably should start with this introduction, but this is a Diablo 3 assistant app, I'm calling it. So what this app's purpose is to help you just kind of like look at your character's items from Diablo 3, look at your friend's character's items, and just kind of like play around while you're like waiting in the bus or something. You just kind of want to look at your items and compare with your friends, and this app's going to allow you to look through your armor and look at the stats and just kind of compare different stats of your friends, and it's going to keep a little friends list for you so you can go and access any of your friends at any time. There's also going to be a little quiz game I'm planning to implement where it shows you an icon with no name of a item in Diablo 3, and you have to guess what that item is judging by the icon. So it's like a little quiz game to see how well you are at identifying items just by the image. So that's kind of like a summary of what the app is all about. Sorry I didn't begin with that, but there you go, just in case some of you are really lost. So this is our table, and like I was saying, this is my BattleNet tag for Diablo 3, and this is what I use to pull all the information. I have friends lists, so I have these are just 3 random people I picked off the forum. And I just have them as on a friend list just so I can just check it out and see if it's working properly. So this is what we're using, parse.com, and this is what we use to log in here. Parse.com provides a framework you can use. It's a Java library. You just kind of like drag and drop it in and then use it. So it's really nice. You can make a new account. You enter a BattleNeg that you attach to the username. So this username and the BattleNet username are different things. Just something to note there. So let's go back to the login screen and log back in. And the software I'm using is Android Studio. So the Eclipse plugin for Android has been officially taken off support by Android, and now Android Studio is the official IDE to use. That is the supported IDE for Android development. So I'm learning this. This is actually the first project I'll be using this with, and so yeah, that's little bit of the software. I'm using Geny Motion here. You can see it at the top here, Geny Motion, Geny Motion. It's an emulator, and this just emulates my Android device. For some reason, it's like tearing down here. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so the things we have implemented, we can first log in and as you've seen, we can look at our friends list. This is the same friends list I showed you on parse.com. You can add friends. I'm just going to add myself as a friend. And it'll add it to the friends list here. It'll also add it to the database here. So we've added ourselves to this friends list. We can also remove friends by long clicking, and that removes it off the database as well. So that took about a couple days. I think it took like 2 days to do all that over time. You can also click on your friends and load their character list. Alright, so this is all over their characters. You can go through and click on their armor now. With the most recent build, I just added, just today, I just added this little dialog box where you can kind of see all the attributes for the different items and stuff. And you can click on all these and look at the attributes for him, which is kind of cool. You can get character name, all that, back out. You can also look at your own character list. All that really does is it's the same page as what you just saw. Like, it's a list of characters, except you just put in your own data when you load the character list. And I can look at my own characters, my own stats, and all this stuff. So I'm just going to go over real quick some of the key stuff in the code. So one of the main things that I use is I use a BattleNet API to get all this information. So I get all my information from using their API. The information comes back after I send it a certain URL. I give it certain parameters, like I'm giving it my BattleNet tag here, and then it gives me back a list of characters here, all my characters. You can go even further. Each character has their own ID, so you can do /hero/ and then put the ID in there, and then it's even more information. And basically this is how I get all the information that I display on the screen. And I do all this URL stuff in the back end here, and I use this class that I've made called BattleNet API Handler. So this is what it sounds like. Is it handles all the API for me, and basically I send it a URL. Basically I would send it something like this URL up here. I'd shoot it over to the BattleNet handler. It'll come down, create a separate thread, send off the parameters, bring back that JSON data in a object for Java, JSON object. So it brings all this stuff back, brings it back into the Android device locally, and then it sends it back using an interface I created called onUpdate JSON object. So this is a callback method that I created using an interface. And anything that implements this interface that I made needs to have an onUpdate JSON object. And basically this is just a callback method. And it sends back the JSON data that I requested by using the BattleNet handler. And that's kind of like a real big thing, because I use this a lot throughout the app. I use this during the friend activity. All these activities here, like when I hit friends, I'm using it. When I look at the character list, I'm using it. When I'm looking at the specific items, I'm even using it then. It's like really versatile, really flexible class that I use a lot. So that's something I really wanted to point out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really want to go over. A lot of the stuff that in this code, anything else is just you really just got to come to the stream and ask me if you want to know a little bit more about it. All this code is actually on GitHub. So if I go to my GitHub here, you can actually go to my GitHub and look at the code. So it's github/edison/Diablo3 app, the number 3 up here. I'll probably put it in the YouTube video comments. and you can look through the code and give me critiques. I enjoy people telling me how I can improve my code. I'm a college student, so I enjoy trying to improve my code as best I can before I enter the workforce and make sure I get a job, because that's all I'm really thinking about right now. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. That's as far as I have. I don't have the learning like identification game yet that I mentioned earlier. It's not up yet, but I'm still working on it. Next stream will be probably after Christmas sometime. You'll just have to, keep your ears open, because I actually don't know. So thanks a lot. Hope that helps and keeps everyone up to date. I'll try to post another video after my next stream, and it'll be really short and it'll be more detailed, and most importantly I'll be going over detailed stuff throughout the next video. So I'll see you then. Oh, and also I stream most days 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So whenever I'm going to stream next, sometime after Christmas, look out for me at Twitch/Edosan, Twitch TV/Edosan. So thanks a lot.